So, okay. I just have questions. I'm just curious. I'm a curious person. Sometimes I just have questions. There were so many questions. I can't even remember them all. Oh, fuck. What were some of our questions? Oh wait, so what exactly is the relation between Jon Snow and Daenerys now? Are they cousins? What is like the relation between everybody? Was the Mad King the Mad King was the father? Dany is his aunt. Okay. So the Mad King was her father, and then her older brother had Jon Snow. Is that correct? I'm sorry, his name is Aegon, not John. My bad. I like how Littlefinger, or Littlefoot, is just a total cocklord now. You notice that? That Littlefoot was arguably the most influential and powerful character. I didn't like how he got cucked so hard. Like, I thought that Littlefinger would have been a little bit more intelligent. I thought that Littlefoot would have been a little bit more intelligent when Raisin Bran quotes back to him like one of his sayings. I thought that he would have been like, I thought there was a moment of recognition there when Littlefoot was like, oh shit, he knows the Chaos is a Ladder quote. Maybe he knows like some crazy shit. Oh my god. Like when he told him that, I thought that was like, I thought that he had like a moment of understanding there, but I guess not. How do you fight against that though? Well, you wouldn't try to do crazy ass retarded shit knowing that he's gonna fucking call you out on it. It's too late. The shit they called him out happened seasons ago. Yeah, but I mean, part of the reason probably why they investigated was because he was literally trying to get Sansa to kill. Sansa knew all the things with her aunt for years, yeah, but they didn't know that, like, Littlefoot, like, betrayed fucking Neodor Stark or whatever. They didn't know any of that shit. God damn it, I needed to get on that fucking sulfur train. So that was kind of dumb. I don't know, it feels sad to see Littlefinger get cucked so hard. Like, I don't know. It seems sad to see Littlefinger get cucked so fucking hard. That's all I gotta say about that. Oh, so I guess that nothing that happened in the earlier episodes mattered then. Like, Daenerys was able to show up with her full army. What happened to all of the people that were supposedly trapped at Casterly Rock? Do we just forget about that? I guess they just got bored and left, and we're like, that whole thing was set up to be a very big deal. The fact that they had their whole army trapped there was supposed to be very important. It seemed like it. But I guess everybody just got bored and left. They were trapped because of the Lannister army, but that army got destroyed by Dothrakian dragons. Why do you people keep saying this? I can't tell if I'm getting baited or not. Do you think the army that marched away from Casterly Rock was the same one that was keeping them trapped in Casterly Rock? The army that got blown up by dragons shouldn't have been the same army that was holding them at Casterly Rock, right? That was a different group of people, was it not? I don't remember if there was an army holding them there or if it was just the fleet. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I don't know why you're acting like it's the same group of people, though. Yeah, there might not have been an army holding them. Maybe they just blew up all their ships, so then they'd have to march their army back, and then the food and none of that even matters. Yeah, there might not have been like an army holding them there. They just lost all their boats, but apparently none of that matters, I guess. Why didn't Dany just show up with one dragon? Why would she bring two? That seemed pretty fucking retarded, too. I thought that it was interesting that Cersei could see two huge fucking dragons that could have killed every single person there in an instant land, and they were and she was like, she didn't even flinch, she didn't even give a fuck. They just showed up and she was totally fine. But then as soon as that one little white or whatever was seen, she went fucking crazy. It's like, oh my god, that was so scared. I thought that was interesting. I thought Theon's ending fight was good. That was one of the only things that was handled pretty well, I think. I don't know. Why did the Mountain let Jaime go after Cersei gave the order to kill him? I don't think she gave the order. I think she was just being a bluff memer. That's why she's like, huh. She didn't actually say kill him. Theon's redemption moment was good because I thought that the reason why it worked was because there's a little bit of symbolism memeing going on in it, right? the guy kicking Theon in the balls and it not impacting him is like a kind of a cute, clever way to show that Theon has used his experiences and now he's grown back into a better person again, and he's used those experiences to, and symbolically overcome and fight and beat the dude up. I don't know. I think the scene worked. I guess if we wanted to say that everything was shitty and we hate everything, I guess, but I don't know. I think it worked. It was a way to show that he had taken his past experiences and now he'd overcome them, and he's a bigger dude or whatever. Does Cersei love Tyrion? I don't know what the fuck Cersei thinks, maybe. What the fuck was with the weird shots of Tyrion watching the door to Dany and Jon's fuck room? I don't know, maybe so that Tyrion recognizes that they're gonna love each other or something. I don't know. The point of the Jon Snow and Daenerys having a child makes sense, because that's the only way that they'll be able to probably beat the Night King, will be with that child. Because Daenerys has plot armor, and Jon Snow has plot armor, so if they have a child, he'll be undefeatable. He'll have so much plot armor. No one will be able to deal with him. I thought Dany can't have kids anymore. Supposedly that's just a meme from the witch lady, I guess. That's what Jon was hinting at. Maybe that witch lady was just trying to meme on Dany.
Hey buddy, I remember a while ago after you read the leaks you said that you really hated the way the season ended. What in particular did you hate about this episode?
I don't know. I didn't like the way Littlefoot got cucked completely. I don't know. I also don't like that, like, nothing happened. It seems like, you could summarize almost everything that happened to this entire season in like a couple sentences, right? Like, not really that many things happened. Wow, you can summarize things? Well, if you tried to summarize any of the early seasons of Game of Thrones, there would be a lot of shit to talk about, right? Whereas if we were to summarize this season, so nothing happened north of the wall. The White Walkers are jogging in place, I guess, doing calisthenics, I guess, to get ready for their fight to the south, so we don't have to update anything with them. Nothing really happened with Bran. He came south and he talked to his sisters, but his plotline hasn't moved along at all. There were a couple big battles, I guess, that were largely inconsequential. It doesn't seem like anything that important happened. I'm trying to think. I guess the Yara and the other girl got captured. We saw that for one episode, and then that was never updated. Do you think that is her daughter dead? The one Oberyn's wife's daughter, is she dead? I guess we just never found anything out about them. Nothing much in the north really happened. Except for a little toe dying, I guess. He got killed. Nothing really happened with Sam's storyline. He's still kind of there, and then he just walked away, I guess. They said in an interview that they died. Oh, so both of them are just supposed to be dead? The Sand Snake girl and Oberyn's wife are just supposed to be dead? Oh, okay. Please explain Arya threatening Sansa in private if she was in on the meme the whole time. Okay, I read the script. I read the spoiler leaks, so this is what I think happened based on the spoiler leaks, on the script leaks, and then maybe this is maybe you disagree that this is what actually happened in the show. I thought the implication was that Sansa in private, that Sansa and Arya really did think that they were out to get each other. That's what they genuinely thought. But what happened was Bran came in and told them everything. Bran kind of like debriefed both of them. He's like, oh, yo, hold on, dude. Like, Little Toe is just trying to fuck with both of you. Like, peep this shit. Like, I can tell you some crazy ass shit. Because didn't Arya reveal something? That no one should have known? Like the holding the knife to his throat and saying that you shouldn't have trusted him. Arya revealed that, and there's no way that she could have known that unless Raisin Bran actually told them, right? I think. So I think that's what you were that was the implication that you were supposed to get. I don't know. Oh no, was it Bran that revealed that? I feel like, didn't Arya say something that she shouldn't have known? Oh, fuck, I'm trying to remember. Sansa said a bunch of the shit that Bran told her. Yeah, I think Sansa said that. Oh, Arya might have revealed who owned the dagger? Yeah, that was it. Sorry, yeah. Arya brought up that that Little Pickle told everybody that the dagger belonged to Tyrion, and there's no way they could have done it. So they had to have talked to Raisin Bran in private, I think.
Note, the sand snakes died on the way back to their home planet.
When Arya showed that she could just kill Sansa and become her, it foiled the whole she wants to become the Lady of Winterfell thing. So if Sansa looked at her worst intentions, that move doesn't make sense. So Littlefinger helped her figure out that Arya isn't an enemy. No, I'm pretty sure the implication is that Sansa and Arya was talking to Raisin Bran. I'm almost positive that that's the implication. Okay, let's go through this post, okay? Alright, are you ready? Alright, guys. We're going hard on this Game of Thrones discussion, okay? I'm tired of your bullshit. I'm tired of your fucking fake fans. You fucking aspy retards. We're going real big, okay? Okay. Here we go. Ready? I don't know why people even listen to Destiny talking about Game of Thrones. He's so... Okay, we'll skip this meme. He rambled on about how the Unsullied were at the battle. How would they have gotten back if their boats were destroyed and if the Lannister army was blocking them? Like, nigga, did you not watch the show at all? The Lannisters abandoned Castle Rock, went to Highgarden, and took the gold, and then retreated all their forces back to King's Landing. There was nothing traveling us. Okay, so we have two different things going on, okay? I know this is really hard for some people to understand because some of us have a lot of autism, okay? But I'm going to try to explain this the best that I can, okay? So we have what occurs in a show, okay? We have, like, what actually happens and what we can, like, logically deduce and whatnot, right? Based on our cognitive abilities. And then we have, like, what is the director or the writer or the producer, whoever the fuck ultimately decides what we see on screen, what are they trying to show us, okay? What is the point of what we're watching, okay? These are kind of two separate things. Ideally, they convey the same message, but not always, okay? And in this case, they didn't. So, I don't have the scene offhand, okay? But here's my question to you, okay? Conjo 2, or anybody in chat, okay? My problem is not that it is physically impossible for the army to get from Casterly Rock to wherever the fuck King's Landing, okay? It's not that it's impossible for them to do that, or whether or not there was necessarily an army holding them there or not. My question is, what the fuck was the point of the fleet being destroyed? Right now, does it matter if that fleet was destroyed or not? Because when we saw the scene in the show, it looked, the message that was being conveyed on screen was that the fact that that fleet had came and ambushed all their ships and blown it up, that was supposed to be a really big deal, right? It seemed like that was a really big deal. It was conveyed with edgy music. Everybody seemed surprised and shocked. They spent money on CGI for a big scene to show all the ships burning. But ultimately, did it even fucking matter at all? Like, was Dany really pressured anywhere? Not really. No, I guess she had to spend a couple extra days in Stannis' old crib, kind of hanging out. But, like, did it really cost her anything? No. Like, did they lose a lot of people in their army? No. Like, did losing the fleet compromise their ability to do some other type of action? No. Like, there just wasn't a point to this. Like, after the fleet that carried the Unsullied was destroyed, somehow the Dothraki horde was able to get to the mainland and destroy Jaime's army with the dragon. Yeah, and maybe she only sent part of the Dothraki over there or something. Or I don't even know how the Dothraki were able to get to the mainland because some of their boats were destroyed. I don't know. There was just no point, right? So people are saying she felt under pressure to act, so she did the dragon thing. It caused her to bring her dragon into battle. I mean, I guess. Was that really, like, the only stated reason why she brought the dragons? Did they even really need the dragons? The Dothraki horde seemed like they could fuck shit up anyway. It's not like she lost any of her dragons or anything. Like, the problem is just that a lot of the stuff that's shown in the show is just kind of feels like kind of non sequitur. Like, well, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. And they're not really connected that much. I guess they kind of are. Maybe we can throw, like, one shitty line of dialogue in to kind of string it together. Like, oh, look, she's real mad. So now instead of winning the fight easily with the Dothraki, now she's going to win the fight easily with the Dothraki and her dragon. Like, it just seems kind of shitty. It just seems like nothing really matters that much, right? It almost, yeah. That's kind of my point in bringing that up. It's not like, well, is it physically impossible? I mean, if you want to talk about physical possibilities, the idea that they needed a fleet to get all of their army there, and then somehow they march it all back without, like, no supply lines and no food, but nobody cares about that shit anyway. But if you want to get, like, really pedantic, that's probably fucking retarded anyway. Well, maybe they had a bunch of food saved in Casterly Rock. Well, then why the fuck did they abandon Casterly Rock? You don't think they would have taken the supplies with them if it was all a giant fucking bait? Like, sounds a little bit retarded, but okay. But, yeah. It's like a game of Death's Fun where he receives some information and tries to talk about it 10 seconds. Okay. Then he complains about how dumb Dany was for bringing her 2 dragons instead of just 1. Like, how can you complain about that? Why would you not bring your 2 dragons to murder everyone if they try anything? What does she need? What do you mean? I just thought it was dumb to bring 2 dragons because 2 is such an odd number. Like, that was so predictable. It was so predictable. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, Cersei's going to say, like, oh, wow, well, she's missing a dragon. I know. Like, it was really obvious. Like, I don't know. It just seems dumb to show up, like, full force and you bring 2 dragons. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious that you're missing one. Like, you don't think anybody would notice? I don't know. It just seemed kind of dumb. I mean, but Dany's kind of a dumb fucking bitch. So, anyway, so, like, Destiny, they said they took all the supplies from Casterly Rock. Oh, the Lannister army did? Oh, so then I don't even know how the army got back. But it's whatever. I don't care. It's just stupid. But anyway, yeah, I thought that bringing 2 dragons just seemed a little dumb. Like, you're trying to show, like, how good you are, but you're missing one? Like, oof, okay. How can you complain about that? Yeah, I don't know. Then there was the dick-sucking of Littlefinger, the guy he imagines himself to be. Why didn't Littlefinger immediately recognize that Bran was an omnipotent wizard the moment he randomly said chaos is a ladder and stop all this scheming with Sansa and Arya? Come on, guys. He must have been able to deduce that from some seemingly random words from some deranged kid who has been living in the forest for the past few years about a conversation he had years ago that had no meaningful impact on his life, obviously. So this is where autism kicks in, okay? I didn't know what the point of this scene was. I thought the point of this scene, the idea communicated to me, I guess there are 2 ways that it can go. And honestly, I should have read it the first way. The first way is just that, oh, he looks at him because he's so mysterious. Because that's what this fucking stupid-ass, dumbass fucking show is. I thought that it was a look of, like, I thought that it was Littlefinger realizing, oh, holy shit, this guy might have some crazy fucking powers. I thought that's what this look was supposed to be.
This is for you.
When he... Hold on.
I can only imagine. Chaos is a ladder.
When he does this.
To go through all of that and make your way home again only to find such chaos in the world. I can only imagine. Chaos is a ladder.
We get the music playing in the background. We get the close-up shot of the face. We get the all cleverness and smile or whatever disappearing from his face. I thought that this scene communicates to me, and again, maybe I'm just looking too much into it. Oh, you can't hear? Wait, what?
I can only imagine.
Yes, you can. Fuck off, retard. Fix your volume. I figured that this scene was communicating here. I thought that it was communicating that Littlefinger realizes, oh, okay, something is very, very, very different on this, right? But I know that part of the problem with autism is dealing with facial expressions and understanding social situations and whatnot. That was I don't think it's unfair for me to say that that was what was communicated here.
Chaos is a ladder.
Look at the close-up of the face. Look at the total smile, joy, cleverness disappearing, and then I thought that something was happening here.
I'm sorry to have disturbed you, Lodestar.
And then he leaves after. I thought that that's what happened here. That Littlefinger had some understanding that something was very off here. So for him to go full thing ahead or whatever into his scheming kind of bothered me. So the problem is that he's trying to act like why didn't Littlefinger immediately recognize blah 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 blah. What this guy doesn't realize is that for the first several seasons of the show, Littlefinger is arguably the smartest and most powerful character in the entire show. I don't imagine myself to be Littlefinger. I don't know if that's like something he thinks I'm doing, but does anybody disagree with that? Right? Littlefinger set into motion pretty much everything that we see in the show. The entire dispute between the Lannisters and the Starks has pretty much been set into motion from Littlefinger, and Littlefinger has been constantly positioning himself throughout the entire show to accumulate more and more and more and more and more power. So the idea that he's an idiot, and from nothing too, right? Like Littlefinger didn't come from nobility, he didn't come from riches or whatever. Like Littlefinger had a plan like the entire fucking time. So the fact that he just gets killed off by the omnipotent Bran, whose omnipotence is selectively revealed, I guess, is just kind of irritating. It feels like Littlefinger stepped out of The Wire and stepped into Lord of the Rings and then got killed by like a wizard or some bullshit, or Sauron, you know? Isn't the point of that scene plus the last episode is to show Littlefinger's mistake? He probably thought the idea that Bran was on him but dismissed it. Why? I mean, how many big mistakes does Littlefinger make besides this? Are you not bothered by the fact that every Lord of the North watched the Protector of the Vale get sentenced with no proof by 3 children and nobody said anything? Yeah, I don't know. Is it really that crazy to believe that someone who basically conned his way to being Lord of the Vale would be a bit overconfident? What? Of course. Well, he's never had these problems in the past. Like, when did you stop enjoying the show the way you used to? As soon as all of the really intelligent characters started to get cucked and moved into unintelligent areas. Like Tyrion. Like, as soon as Tyrion... I think Tyrion going to die in the lands of fucking Daenerys is one of the worst parts of the show. I think Daenerys is one of the worst characters, so... Or maybe even the worst main character, probably. Daenerys is like the ultimate, like, for a show or a whatever whose, like, entire thing was, like, the subversion of tropes, like, Dany is, like, the most tropish character in existence. Yeah, the Dany bitch is just irritating. She doesn't earn anything. Everything is handed to her. She's the ultimate, like, check out this plot device character. I don't know. Fuck Dany. Wait, they are? Yeah, they're just dead. I guess the actresses and the writers or whatever, like, said that they're just dead. You're just supposed to assume you're never going to see them again. Why did the rest of the crew in the last scene suddenly really want to save the sister when they were all about to piss off just because Theon beat up son? I don't know. The Iron Island dudes probably all are retarded a little bit. They're like super gung-ho. Like, this was my issue. This is one of the biggest problems that I had with the show. People tell me I'm wrong because of the books or whatever, but I'm not wrong as far as the show goes. As far as the show goes, all indicators pointed to the fact that Yara was a highly, highly, highly respected person on the Iron Islands. I guess some people are saying, well, women can't rule, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if maybe that's true in the books, but in the show, Yara seemed to be a very, very, very respected member of the Iron Islands. So I thought it was really weird when Euron showed up and just, like, ultra cucked her. And he was like, hey, yeah, fuck this bitch, huh? And everybody's like, oh, yeah, fuck that bitch. And then it was like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. It seems like everybody on the island, like, really, really, really respected her. I don't understand how she got, like, ultra cucked so quickly, but okay. And then now she got, like, reverse cucked. Now everybody's like, oh, yeah, even though these people all picked Euron to lead them over Yara, and we're going to go hunt Theon and Yara to death because Theon beat up some dude, now they're all like, oh, yeah, for Yara. It's like, oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, I'm getting really tired. This is a problem that Game of Thrones has always had. This has actually been a problem with Game of Thrones for a long time. It's not just this season. I'm really tired of these random, like, super strong armies always existing where they need to, but nobody seems to care about them until a certain character brings them up. It happened with Dany a lot, right? Where they're in some strange land and it's like, oh, well, there's a super strong army with good generals, and then the guy backstabs the dudes and comes like, oh, I'm now your general. And it's like, oh, well, there's another super strong army, one of the strongest in the world, the Unsullied. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, there's super strong riders, the Dothraki. Oh, they're super. It's like, okay. And now there's, like, Essos, the super strong army of the world. It's like, okay, they've never done anything. No one's talked about them or mentioned it. They're just, like, kind of, like, invented armies. Like, look, oh, the super strong Essos army. Like, okay. It feels a little bit like I'm watching, like, Yu Yu Hakusho or some other random shonen where there's always, like, the next strongest, like, army thing is just kind of, like, waiting to be talked about or something. All of these armies and companies are canon in the books. Yeah, I guess, but, like, nobody else ever thinks to, like, if the Essos bullshit is so strong and so powerful, then why hasn't Dany gone over and used her boobs to, like, win him over or whatever, since she's done that with every other fucking thing, right? Like, because she has no money? Who the fuck cares? And she should have money. She's captured how many fucking cities? She can't use any of those to fucking do anything? Shouldn't she actually be, like, pretty wealthy at this point? How many fucking cities did she capture? Didn't she capture... Wasn't Marine supposed to be one of the richest member cities with the big fucking pyramid and shit? With all the cities and shit she captured, she couldn't scrounge up the gold to hire the Essos people? Like, how unaffordable are their services if a queen that rules, like, all these massive cities and has these 100,000 strong army can't afford them? How much do these guys cost? Like, what the fuck? Why would Dany hire them? Well, why not? If they're like the strongest army ever, you say, why would Dany hire them now? But I'm willing to bet that in the show that these guys are going to play a big role and that they're going to be saying some things like, Dany, there's going to be some scene, quote me now, where they're going to attack something or somebody's going to have it and be like, oh, we either can't do this because they've got the Essos dudes who are some of the strongest in the land, or it's going to be like, oh no, like we got a surprise attack by soldiers that were way stronger than we thought, the Essos people. It's like, oh, these people that have never been mentioned or brought up in the entire history of the show until now when it's convenient. Like, she already has a large army and she has to worry about army upkeep. Really? Army upkeep? That's a really big thing in Game of Thrones now, my dude. Let's be real, my dude. It feels like you're at the point where you feel obligated to hate on the show for each minor issue. I'm pointing out minor things right now, but my problems have always been major problems with the show. I don't know why people feel that way. If you still like it, that's fine. But don't sit here and pretend that my only gripes with the show are minor. My gripes are pretty fucking major. Like, my problem is that nothing is being written up to like what it used to be. The world used to be an incredibly interconnected, complicated place, and now it's just kind of like a big fucking meme world where everybody's kind of a trope and they walk around with massive fucking plot armor and nothing really has to make much sense anymore. Nothing is really explained that much. Like, it's a big difference to what it used to be. I'm not just like, this isn't like my problem with like minor gripes or whatever. How did Cersei buy the Essos army? Didn't she lose the gold to the dragon/Dothraki battle? Oh, they're probably going to say, like, she got the gold there earlier and they were just moving the rest of the stuff or something, is my guess. I also don't... I think there needed to be more justification given. Why the fuck would the Iron Bank back a woman who doesn't have dragons and who's fucking crazy? But, I don't know. Was the big rebellion meme, was that really all just because of that fucking chick? I don't remember the beginning of this show well enough. Because Robert thought that Ilyana, what the fuck was her name, was kidnapped and raped or whatever by that one Targaryen dude.